Hi, I'm Tracy Ricks Foster, and I was thinking of trying something new. I've been going over it in my mind for a while, how I want to really allow my voice to be heard, and I've been going through different methods of trying to make that a reality. So I'm thinking that maybe this format would be best, a vlog. I have a lot of things that are swirling in my mind and in my head, and sometimes I put that down in poetry or maybe in a novel that I'm working on or a bit of prose. But I think that in the times that we're living in, it's very important that we as humans that we connect. And believe it or not, we are all going through something. None of us are isolated in our feelings. None of us are isolated in the way we feel about our humanity and the humanity of others. And sometimes it does a person good mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to be able to connect with other people. And I have found in my past that and present that it's always good to connect with other people, to inspire, to encourage, to uplift, to incite, to stimulate conversation, to stimulate good health, emotional health and well-being, just by letting someone else know that, hey, you're not alone. I'm going through the same things you're going through. So years ago, you might not know this, but I had a radio show called the African American Literary Review. By profession, I am a writer, an editor, a writing coach, and at times, I believe the most prolific point of my career in the literary world was uh, as a as a literature reviewer, as a book reviewer, and I really enjoy that part of my career very, very much because I am a really ferocious reader. I love reading. I love books. I've always had a love of reading since I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. So the book world is my world. I grew up in a library. I love libraries. So moving into the world of reviewing was just a easy type of thing. And having my own radio show where I was able to review books and to actually speak to the writers was one of the high points of my career. Just being able to talk to Nikki Giovanni, someone that I just absolutely adore. To be able to talk to Ishmael Reed, to hold a conversation with Maya Angelou, to be able to touch history and have an inspiring conversation with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Those moments in my career as a book reviewer are just some that will always stay with me for a lifetime. Speaking with Terry McMillan, having a conversation with her sister Rosalind, those were just, I just cannot begin to tell you how awe-inspiring those conversations were. Victoria Christopher Murray, wow, she was just so uplifting and encouraging. And with each author that I interviewed, I always ask the same question. What is your advice for those who are wannabe writers, who are up and coming authors, and what are some tips that you can give us who are wanting to tell our stories? And I ask every author that set of questions because I believe that that was not only an encouraging source of knowledge for not just me, but for everyone who listened as well. So I'm thinking of bringing the African American Literary Review and News back, but I'm really thinking that I'm going to bring it back in this format, in a video format, and really get the opportunity to let you know as a reader and as a fan let you open up a world to you where you're not just hearing my voice, but you're also seeing some of my reactions as well. Another thing that I want to really talk about and stress is that we're living in a time period where a lot of people, well, how do I say this? This is a divisive time period in our American history. And a lot of us are going through political challenges, cultural challenges, facing one another with honesty and with truth, and trying to live together as Americans according to what the American dream dictates. And we're all trying to embrace that. And at this point in our history, it's very difficult to do so. And I'm hoping that with this vlog, I'm able to get some of my feelings out there about a lot of different things. And maybe you can agree or disagree, or maybe we can just exchange ideas on how we are feeling and how we can coexist without using the word tolerant, because I don't like to use that word. Well, let's tolerate each other, let's be tolerant of each other's feelings. No, I don't want you to tolerate me. I don't want you to be tolerant of my view. I want you to understand it. Being understanding is different than being tolerant. So I'm thinking that through this vlog, I want to practice and implement the idea of understanding, and put away the notion of, as Americans, we should be tolerant of one another. No, I want us to understand one another. I've learned something as an interviewer and as a journalist, a reporter. One of the key things that you have to do and that you must do is get to know what the facts are. That's one of the most important things as a journalist you have to do. You have to gather the facts. The next thing that's very important is that you have to listen, because listening means more than just hearing what someone says. Listening means that you have to be able to process the information, not just with your two ears, but also with your brain and your heart. In order to listen, I'll repeat that, you have to be able to process what comes through your ears, what comes through your brain, and your heart. That is the hallmark of a good listener. And it's in this time in our American history, instead of hearing things, we need to listen. And in order to get past being tolerant of someone, we have to listen. We have to come to an understanding of how we feel, what our opinions are, and understand them. Because that is the key to living in a country where everyone's freedoms are accepted and are put at the most in the most honorable light. So I'm thinking that this vlog might be a good thing. I want to also have a vlog that will be dealing with religiosity, and that's coming very shortly, because I will be dealing with a lot of sensitive subjects when it comes to religiosity, primarily growing up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses and being a former Jehovah's Witness. I intend to speak a lot about my experiences as a Jehovah's Witness, so that's going to be coming up in a different type of video format. But this video is basically this format right here, which will probably be evolving. It's going to just touch on a lot of things that I'm feeling and that I'm sure that you're feeling right about now, and not just on the political spectrum, also on, let's say, a personal, emotional type of level. a lot of us are going through health problems. We not only have health problems, financial problems, issues with our children or grandchildren, trying to be a better husband, trying to be a better wife, trying to be a better girlfriend, trying to be the best friend that you can be, trying to have the most successful career, and trying to be the best employee that you can be, or the best business owner that you can be, or living your passion, and all of those things that we deal with as human beings. It's those are the things that I would like to talk about, and I would like to share with you. Some of you already know my journey, or some of my journey, and I've had to deal with a few health issues within the last year or so that made me rethink a lot of different things in my life, rethink how I want to move through the universe. A lot of growth and evolution, and just learning a little bit more about myself as a woman, coming to terms with my ethnicity, being a strong African American woman. What does that mean? Learning how learning that even though I am a strong African American woman, that I do have limits. And that's important to note as well. And sometimes when we as women forget that we have limits, we damage ourselves. We damage ourselves physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that is also part of my journey. And I'm sure you can relate as well. So I am going to end this, but I want to say that if you would like to see more videos, and you would like to be encouraged on a daily or a weekly or monthly basis, hit me up. I'll let you know what my YouTube channel is, and I will post a link for you. But this is something new, and this is something that's been on my heart for a very long time, to do something like this, and I'm hoping that I'm good at it. Who knows? Who knows? But this is just something that's been on my heart, especially within the last year or so, to do something like this. And as I said before, I didn't know what form it would take, that I wanted to share some things with you, but I'm hoping that this format will be a successful one. And I really shouldn't say that, because what I really should say is that whenever you take a chance and you take a risk, that's a good thing. That's being successful. Successful is not how much money you have in your bank account, or who your famous friends are, or how big your house is, or what kind of car you're pushing. That's not what success is about. Success is taking risk, living your passion, and being able to check off on your bucket list of things that you really want to do. And that's what being successful is really about. And having the love of your family around you, and having your children close to you who respect you and love you and honor you, and all of those things in life. That's really what success is. That's the meaning of grace, of God's grace. All right, so I'm hoping that you have a wonderful day. And as I said before, if you would like to see more videos from me, let me know. I'm going to do them anyway, but let me know. And as usual, as always, if you are a publicist and you have an author that you would like for me to check out, you know what to do. Go to books@gmail.com and send me an email, and I will check it out. All right? Have a wonderful day.